It's time to meet Clifton.
With your host, Ray Grabowski.
Here's Ray.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Meet Clifton. With Veterans Day approaching, we have an interesting show. Today we'll have a couple of veterans coming on talking about the fundraising job that they do with their motorcycle club. We also have the traditional folding of the flag, which was done by Jeffrey Dvorak a few years ago, right before he passed. With family's permission, we said that we would air this anytime we had the possibility to air it, to explain the flag folding to the people of Clifton and whoever else is watching this. Also, we will talk about the elections, which is coming up.
Definitely.
With the information with the new machine. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Tonight's guest star, NJ38-2 Chapter Commander Marco Sky Sharko Rosado and James Popeye Naso, Chapter Full Member and former NJ State Representative. Shauna L. Mack Pollock, Esquire, Superintendent of Elections for Passaic County. And a special rebroadcast tribute to Jeffrey Dvorak in observation of Veterans Day. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Meet Clifton.
Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the hotel block. We're dancing to the jailhouse rock.
So welcome back. Veterans Day is approaching quickly, so we decided to, have some gentlemen on to speak about what they do for the veterans, and we have a couple other veterans things through the show. But my first two guests, Mr. Marco Skyshaker Rosada from the New Jersey 38-2 chapter. He's the commander, and we also have James Popeye Naso, chapter full member and former New Jersey State Representative. Gentlemen, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
First, I want to ask, we asked these gentlemen to come on because they do a lot of volunteer work and they get a lot of donations for Clifton people, but this is a Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, and maybe one of you could, explain what is the association.
Okay.
You know what it doesn't
Sure.
matter.
We're an association of combat veterans from all branches of the services. We ride motorcycles as a hobby. As a 501c19 charity, our mission is to support and protect those who have served our way of life and our freedoms. Our focus is to provide aid and support to individual veterans, veteran spouses, families, veteran organizations, and other registered charities. We do fundraisers,
Right.
and not only for veterans, but we also provide for ourselves as well.
And James, how long has this chapter been in existence?
Chapter 38-2, I believe, was formed in 2012, I think, in that time frame. Originally, we were located at Picatinny Arsenal was our home base.
Right.
And then it was transferred to post 7165 in Clifton here. And we've been with the Clifton home base for many, many years.
And basically, almost everyone has a motorcycle. Because
Yes.
it's a riding club.
Yes, that is
Right,
one of the
right, you guys,
requirements.
gentlemen get together and you ride, and
Absolutely.
camaraderie.
Yeah, it's a must that you have at least
Oh, it is
a
a must.
500cc motorcycle.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Was that to keep up?
Sure.
Not that you drive that fast, or you
Right.
shouldn't. So now, how does someone become a member? Or
Okay.
can anybody be a member?
You have to be a combat veteran or a veteran, at least, of the armed services. In order to be a full member, you must be a combat veteran and have verified served in a combat zone.
Okay.
We also have support members, which are veterans that have not served in a combat zone. And we have auxiliary members, which are spouses of either the support or the full members.
Right. Now, if you gentlemen don't mind, James.
Yes.
When did you serve in the service? In what branch?
I served in the Army in 1967, 68 in Vietnam.
So the Vietnam years.
Yes, sir.
The tough years.
Yes, sir.
And Marco.
I served 92 to 2005, 13 years, and deployed to Somalia, Haiti, Kosovo, Iraq.
And so you guys are actually been involved in the thick of it.
Yes.
Yes.
So as a veteran organization, this chapter in New Jersey, 38-2, what does it support?
We support our primary organization, Alliance VA, the Hope for Vets, which is a
Right.
transitional housing have 95 beds for homeless veterans up in the Alliance campus.
Right.
And we also do the Thomas House in Garfield, New Jersey. They're 8-bed transitional housing. They provide mental therapy, counseling, education, counseling for the veterans, help them get back on their feet, place them in a home,
And job support.
and job support. Yes.
So to support these organizations, I guess, just tell me, what do you do? You have fundraisers? What does
Yes.
your chapter do?
Yes, we hold quarterly fundraisers where we raise money, but also we do a food drive. It's a dry goods food drive. And we do this in front of Walmarts or other areas, mainly in Walmarts, where we'll hand out flyers of what the veterans need at those locations. And people will purchase those items and then bring them out and give them to us. We box them up, and then Lions comes and picks it up. And generally, we accumulate 60, 70 boxes of food in one day, plus funds which we use to help, other organizations.
Right. And just to backtrack, if someone wanted to join your organization, do you like put feelers out for people, or they approach you?
No, we have a national site. We're a national organization in all 50 states
All 50
and
states.
also other countries. And so we have a national site. They would, if they speak to someone, whatever, given the address, the web address,
Right.
they would go to combatvet.us.
Okay.
And there they can see what we're about, and also they could fill out a short form saying that they're interested in joining. It would then be sent down to the state rep for the state where they're interested in joining, and then down to the chapter commander, and they would be then contacted from there.
Okay, so if you don't mind, can we post that information?
Sure,
on the-
absolutely.
While we're talking?
Yes.
Yes.
So that someone watching maybe wants to become a member, doesn't know how to?
Yes.
Or didn't even know that you existed, which is possible.
Yes.
People get out of service and they go on with their lives, and then they see an organization, and, of course, motorcycles are real big
That happens,
now.
that happens. Most of us are joined the CVMA because of the camaraderie.
Right.
And that we miss that.
Yeah, which is
that we
important.
had in the service.
Sure. And that's nice to know that this is in all 50 states.
Yes, it
Which
is.
means it's a big organization.
Yes, it is.
And then just quickly, how does this trickle down to Clifton people, your veterans? I mean, do you do anything directly?
Yeah, we're all pretty much, maybe 50% of our chapter are members of the VFW
Oh.
Post 7165. We support their breakfasts
Right.
that they have there. We participated in the Clifton VFW, the Clifton Veterans Day Parade.
Right.
For Memorial Day, we've done the flag laying ceremony just right up the street.
Oh, yeah,
At the
absolutely.
cemetery
That's
here.
Also,
We've
the
done
wreath
that for a
laying,
couple
sir.
years.
Wreath laying, we do that
Yes.
to the cemetery. Yeah.
Right.
Good.
And in the past, we've donated to the homeless shelters in Clifton. We've donated sweats, and they were dispersed to numerous organizations.
Right, which is good, because nice to help your hometown.
Absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
hometown, and I guess lastly, if someone's watching out here and wants, from the public, and wants to make a donation to this particular chapter.
Yes.
Hopefully to help Clifton veterans, actually veterans anywhere, but, we like to help home veterans
Of course.
first, but how would they go about that?
Sure, if anyone wanted to make a
Because
donation.
we'll post it.
Right. If anyone would like to make a donation, they can just make a check out to CVMA and send it to 29 Lakeside Ave. That's in Haskell, New Jersey, 07420.
Okay.
That's our treasurer's address.
Okay, and that's good, because it's, you can't say enough of how much you should donate to veterans, because they do so much for us, and especially now, the turbulent times. So, gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for your service, of course, to our
Thank you.
country, and thank you for coming on.
It was our honor.
And I hope that people do send in some donations. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Hello
Hello, Clifton and friends. Welcome to the updates. I'm Sharon Corbanix and happy to be here with you again. Well, remember to vote. It's up until November 2nd. However way you choose to vote, you'll be voting for state governor and also commissioners who used to be called freeholders, as well as the Clifton Board of Education members. So please remember to do so, and hope you got a chance to view ballot box. So you got a view of the different candidates and their political views and issues and aspirations as to how they like to tackle the issues. Now we have some updates. On Thursday, November 4th, from December 11th, the Clifton Arts Center is featuring what's called Painting Through the Pandemic, and it's by the painting affiliates of the Arts Center of Northern New Jersey. It is an art exhibit and also an art sale. So the Art Center is open on Thursdays and Saturdays from 10 to 4. If you need any additional details, please call 973-472-5499. Again, that is for the Art Center. It's an art exhibit and sale. And also on November 6th, the Knights of Columbus will have their annual fish and chips dinner. It will be by St. Andrew's back parking lot, and takeout starts from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Adults will be $15, children 12 and under, $8. For tickets, you can call Marty Kless, 973-248-7731, or Sue Kramer, 973-773-1371, John McGill, 201-757-8107, or Mario DeLillo, 973-772-6794. And that is Saturday, November 6th for the Knights of Columbus, but it's by the St. Andrew's back parking lot. And also on Tuesday, November 9th, the Patterson Museum is having a Zoom presentation at 7 p.m. As you know, the Lambert Castle is closed because of renovations, so the sister museum, Patterson Museum, will have their Zoom presentation. So if you need to get more information, please go to hgarside at pattersonnewjersey.gov for the link, and it will be a picture of the Wright Aeronautical Corporation. It's a photo ID session. And it will feature rarely seen photographs from the Curtis Wright collection. And the Patterson Museum is at 2 Market Street, the corner of Market Street and Spruce Street, because they'll also have a free event November 13th, which features a closer look at the Lenape culture. So if you decide to visit and explore, they will be open for that as well. So up until that time, please be safe and healthy, and we hope to see you around town, and we do so appreciate you tuning in for any of the events that we do host. So thank you so much for your time and attention, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, welcome back. My next guest is Passaic County Superintendent of Elections. She's here to talk about early voting and the November 2021 general election. Please welcome Shauna Mack Pollock. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for
appreciate it.
having me.
I know because of COVID and the way things are, the voting and the registration in-person things are all different. So how are the New Jersey voters going to vote this year in the general election?
Well, that's a great question. Thank you so much. This year, New Jersey voters can vote actually in 3 different ways. They can vote just as they did last year during the pandemic. As you all know, we all voted by mail. That option is again available to New Jersey voters who are registered voters. You can apply at your county clerk's office if you'd like to, or if you have not already done so. You have until Monday, 3 p.m. November 1st to apply in person for a vote by mail ballot. You can return that vote by mail ballot at the Board of Elections office in person. You can also return your vote by mail ballot at a secure drop box that is placed in every municipality throughout the county. And you can also return it in using the U.S. Postal Service. The other way that Passaic County voters can vote is in person. This year, Governor Murphy passed legislation, actually signed legislation into law that was passed by a legislature that allows New Jersey voters for the very first time in our history to vote in person at the polls for 9 days before Election Day. Right now, in-person voting is already, it's happening here in Passaic County. It started on this past Saturday, October 23rd. It will continue through October 31st. So we actually have 9 days. The days and hours are Saturdays through, Monday through Saturdays, I should say, 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. And on Sundays, 10 a.m. through 6 p.m. So, and it's exciting because that means that anywhere in the county, if you're a Passaic County voter, you can go through to any one of our 9 in-person early voting centers. And when you go in to vote, your ballot will be brought up by our new electronic poll books that will allow you to pull up your ballot style if you're a Passaic County voter.
Could we still request a vote by mail?
Yes, you can still do that,
Is there
but you
still
can
time?
only vote, yes, you can still request your vote by mail ballot in person at the clerk's office, or you can vote in person during the early voting period, or, of course, you can vote on Election Day, which is November 2nd. And we know that the hours of Election Day are 6 a.m., the polls open, through 8 p.m. on November 2nd.
Okay, and I have this question, it's a little lengthy, but how can voters check their registration status and/or confirm whether or not the Board of Elections has received their vote by mail ballot? That's a pretty big question.
But it's a great question because we have all of these resources available that I don't believe that a lot of people know about. So last year, our Secretary of State and New Jersey Division of Elections rolled out this new online voter registration system and the Division of Elections voter portal, which allows registered voters or even folks who aren't registered to go to the Division of Elections website and check your voter registration status. If you're not registered to vote, you can actually complete your voter registration online, and it comes to my office if you're a Passaic County voter, and we will complete and finalize your voter registration. You can also track your vote by mail ballot and determine whether or not the Board of Elections has received your ballot or determine when it was mailed out by the county clerk. So, I mean, there are a lot of great resources. You can also access your polling location information. If you can sign up to become a poll worker on this website. Great resource. It's vote.nj.gov. That's the state website. You can also go to not mine personally, but the county website if you're a Passaic County resident, PassaicCountyNJ.org, and you can access our webpage, which is the Passaic County Superintendent of Elections webpage, as well as the Board of Elections webpage and the County Clerk's webpage. And we have great information in there regarding the upcoming election.
And that'll be listed as we speak when this is filmed, so we have it. And then the new voting equipment, because a lot of people are nervous about this.
Nervous, but they should be excited. I think it's technology, new technology. So at first, in the beginning, I think it's going to make people, their change is good. Let me just put it that way. When they see the new technology, they're going to be very comfortable because it's so easy to use. It's very intuitive. We have a new voting machine, and I believe you have a video where we demonstrate the use of the equipment. We also have new electronic poll books. So when you go in to vote, and this is not just Passaic County, but it's statewide, during the early voting period and on election day, when you go into the polling location, you're no longer going to see a paper poll book. You're going to see an electronic poll book, which during check-in allows the poll worker to, again, pull up the correct ballot if you're in an early voting location, but also if you're in the wrong polling location on election day, it will allow the poll worker to redirect you to the correct polling site. So I think it'll help voters feel more comfortable with the process, and also poll workers. It'll help facilitate the check-in process on election day. It's great equipment, technology. Once we get comfortable and familiar with it, I think voters are going to love it.
It's a lot different than when George used to walk in and put an X by his name.
I got a question.
Sure.
We do not have a show identification, right?
No. It is against the law in New
Okay.
Jersey to ask for identification. The only time we require identification is if you did not complete your voter registration when it came to our office, and we specifically ask the poll worker to ask you upon your check-in at registration, the voter registration at the polling location, to provide ID because your voter registration application was incomplete, and we need that to complete your application.
And Shauna, lastly, you know where the early voting locations are in Passaic County? Because that would be good. to let them know.
Yes. In Passaic County, we have 9 early voting locations located right here in Clifton. We have one, Passaic, City of Passaic, Haledon, Woodland Park. We have 2 in the City of Patterson. We have 1 in Wayne, 1 in West Milford, 1 in Wanacue at the Passaic County Community College campus.
So no excuse to not vote. You have
No excuse.
so many options. I like the in-person thing because it's the day out, you see your friends and
Yeah,
things like that. But,
absolutely.
Sean, I appreciate it. We learned a lot of information, and we're going to watch that little video now.
Okay.
So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
We're going to have the video, and then we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Shona Mack Pollock, Passaic County Superintendent of Elections, and I would like to introduce you to the 10X electronic poll book and the Express Vote XL, which will be used for the November 2021 general election. I am excited to announce that Governor Murphy signed a bill providing for 9 days of in-person early voting here in New Jersey, in addition to voting on Election Day. On Election Day and during early voting, upon your arrival at the polling location, you will check in with the poll worker using the new 10X electronic poll book. The 10X e-poll book is intended to improve your overall voting experience by ensuring that every eligible voter is voting the correct ballot style, regardless of voting location during the early voting period, or that you are voting in the correct polling location on Election Day. When you approach the check-in table, the poll worker will search for your name, and once your name and voter record have been identified, the poll worker will verify and confirm your voter information on the voter verification screen. If all information is correct, you will be asked to provide your electronic signature on the display screen. The poll worker next verifies your signature and provides you with your voting authority slip and your printed ballot activation card. When you approach the voting booth, the poll worker will receive your voting authority slip and you will keep your ballot card. The ballot card activates the Express Vote XL voting machine and also serves as your voter verified paper audit trail. The Express Vote XL is a fully compliant touchscreen ADA voting solution that allows every voter to cast their ballot independently in their chosen language while also providing an independent voter verified paper audit trail for tabulation. Once inside the voting booth, you will insert the ballot card into the card slot on the front lower right-hand side of the machine. The card must be inserted with the corner cut edge first and the corner cut on the right. The ballot will display on the screen. You may be prompted to select your preferred language if you live in a multilingual district. Then press Start Voting. The face of the machine ballot is identical to the sample ballot you receive at home prior to Election Day. You'll mark your votes by touching anywhere inside the box around your choice. Once selected, your choice will be highlighted in green. If you decide to change your choice, touch the box again and it will return to white. After you finish marking your choice, don't forget to review your selection before casting your ballot. After you've reviewed and verified your choices and are satisfied with your selection, touch Print Ballot on the bottom right corner of the screen. A confirmation window will display to signal that you are about to print your selections. After you touch print, your printed vote summary card will appear in a clear preview window. If you are satisfied with your choices printed on your vote summary card, you'll touch the Cast button on the screen to submit your ballot. Your choices on the printed card are scanned for tabulation, and the printed card is deposited into the secure card container in the back of the machine where it is anonymously, randomly, and safely stored. During the early voting period, Passaic County residents can vote from October 23rd through October 31st at any one of our 9 early voting locations. Hours will be Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. through 8 p.m., and on Sundays from 10 a.m. through 6 p.m. For more information, please visit our website at www.passaiccountynj.org.
Our first guests tonight are 3 gentlemen from the Elks Lodge in Clifton, New Jersey. We have our actually present exalted ruler, Keith Oakley. A former 2 rulers here is Jeff Dvorak and Tom Haschak. Why I asked the gentleman here today is Flag Day is upon us. I think it's June 11th. Is that right?
June 14th is Flag Day.
June 14th
June
is
11th is when the Elks celebrates it.
Right. Okay, so I think a lot of people didn't know when I went last year to this, and it was really important that I didn't really know why the American flag is folded 13 times. And I have a little thing here, and it's a paragraph that says, have you ever wondered why the flag of the United States of America is folded 13 times? When it is lowered and when it is folded and handed to the next of kin at the burial of a veteran. I think that's important because I asked a lot of people. Many people didn't know. So tonight, to explain it to us, these gentlemen have come on. They brought a flag. And in a moment, they're going to show us the exact meaning of the flags while Keith Oakley narrates. So we're going to do that right now.
Here is the meaning of each of these folds and what it means. The first fold of our flag is the symbol of life. The second fold is the symbol of our belief in eternal life. The third fold is made in honor and remembrance of the veterans departing our ranks, who gave a portion of their lives for the defense of our country to attain peace throughout the world. The fourth fold represents our weaker nature, for as American citizens trusting, it is to Him we turn in times of peace, as well as in time of war, for His divine guidance. The fifth fold is a tribute to our country, for in the words of Stephen Decatur, our country, in dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong. The sixth fold is where our hearts lie. It is with our heart that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all her enemies, whether they be found within or without the boundaries of our republic. The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day, and to honor Mother, for whom it flies on Mother's Day. The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood, for it has been through their faith, their love, loyalty, and devotion that the character of the men and women who have made this country great has been molded. The 10th fold is a tribute to the Father, for He too has given His sons and daughters for the defense of our country since they were first born. The 11th fold, in the eyes of a Hebrew citizen, represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold, in the eyes of a Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 13th, when the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our nation's motto, "In God we trust." After the flag is completely folded and tucked in, it takes on the appearance of a cocked hat, ever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington, and the sailors and Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones, who were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the armed forces of the United States, preserving for us the rights, privileges, and freedoms we enjoy today.
This is the flag of our country, the symbol of freedom, the emblem of unity.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for showing us the folding of the flag. I think it's very important that we understand the meaning as Americans. Most of us don't know this, and we finally got to explain it. Now, Keith, I know Flag Day is coming up, and if someone wants to see this again or the actual ceremony, where can they find?
This Sunday, June 11th at 2 o'clock at the Clifton Elks Lodge, 775 Clifton Ave. We will do the same thing. We do a host ceremony on the flags. The scouts come and help us, and we even serve refreshments afterwards.
Good, that's perfect. And Jeff, now Avenue to Flags, when do we do that?
The Avenue of Flags we do 5 times a year.
Okay.
The program began in 2004. We started out with 475 flags. We are currently up to 1,803 flags. Each one of these flags represent a veteran of our city. And it's only right that we do this to show them the respect and honor that they so much deserve.
Right, and I think it's...
And if you've never seen it, I encourage you, please come out and see it. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight.
Right, I think it's important, and now that we explained the folds and what they mean, it's important to have pride in our country, especially nowadays with all the problems in the world. The flag, when we pass the flag on the street, we see it, we respect it, and we have pride in our country. So I'd like to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. I hope that at home, and that we've learned a little something we didn't know. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
God bless America.
You hear the happy sounds of the carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and french fries they sell under the boardwalk, down by the sea. On a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be. the boardwalk. We'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk.
Okay, that's our show for tonight. I'd like to thank my co-host George for coming on.
a pleasure.
Veterans Day is coming up. From myself and the cast, we'd like to thank all the veterans for their service for our country. Without them, our freedoms wouldn't be possible. But in the meantime, be good to your friends and family, respect your neighbors, keep Clifton close to your heart. This is a great city. Thank you. God bless. Good night.